Okay, we're recording. Okay, hi guys. I hope everyone just got off of the surge with Carl and all of his guests. I don't know about you guys. For those of you that don't know me, my name is KT, and I'm just gonna try to go as fast as possible because Tiffany and I have a lot to go over with you guys. But I want to really
listen to something.
Oh, there's Brianne. I'm going to mute her. So I hope everybody got off the surge and is inspired up about what is coming up for the end of the year as I am. I did go to Summit, so I'm still on my Summit high. I told my husband it's kind of like coming home from church camp. You're just like super jazzed about so much stuff. But I really quick wanted to share with you my aha moment from Summit, and it's kind of like my first year. I had a little bit of this aha moment too, but for me, Summit last year and Summit this year, I just realized how much of a true like sisterhood that we have with Sister Empire. And if you're not feeling that, or you haven't, fully got to experience that, you have to get a ticket to Summit, because I feel like that's when it just fully comes together, when we're all there. I mean, I met people this year that I've never met in person, and that is just so exciting. But even more than that is getting to be around these girls that you've developed a friendship with over the last year. And for me, those friendships are just such a blessing in my life, because I really don't have very many good girlfriends. And the older I get, the more I realize that solid friendships are just so important. So that is one of my big aha moments. The other one is that as coaches, we're like just tiny little fish in this huge sea of people that have the same mindset as we do. We're all like-minded in that we have a passion for helping other people. And so when you go to Summit, you are literally just submerged in that kind of atmosphere, and people everywhere you go, whether you're in your Uber or you're at a restaurant or you're in an elevator, people know what Beachbody is. So 20,000 of us hit New Orleans like mad people, and these New Orleander, I don't know what they're called, but they were literally like just mind blown at what Beachbody was. Every time we talked to somebody that is local, they had no idea what Beachbody is. So that just is even more evident that we have a lot of work still left to do. So with that said, that's kind of what Summit did for me this year, and I will be going again next year. There's no way that I would miss out on that. But the purpose of this call is just to kind of pick apart Carl's call to actions from the surge we just listened to, and also to help you guys come up with clear and meaningful goals for July, August, and then the rest of the year. Like I said, we have a lot of work left to do to hit our goals by the end of the year. So that's just kind of what Tiffany and I are going to go over with y'all. And I'm going to hand it over to her. So Tiff, you're up.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Sorry if you hear crickets in the background. I had like a madhouse inside, so I was like, oh gosh, I gotta escape. Okay, so this was my third summit. My first summit I went to when I was like a coach for like a month, so it was definitely kind of scary, but I just kind of went for it. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about. I was telling KT right before everybody hopped on, I was like, how like when you're a coach and you're wanting to sell a challenge pack, and you've like done the program and you've had great results, and you just like want to get through your computer or phone like and just shake somebody like, this is life changing, like this is amazing, just invest, like you will never regret it. I was telling her, like, I feel like I'm doing that with coaches right now, like invest like $145 until July 23rd. That's how cheap. And that's why I say, like, I say cheap. That's how cheap these tickets are, because I hear like when people invest in their business, they're like taking out small loans to do their business, to do their MLM, or, and I'm like, you're taking out a loan? Like, mind blown that people put this much money, like $5,000 into a business or have to buy all this extra product. And it's like $145. Like they lowered this from $295 to $145 because they want you there. And like, it almost like makes me emotional because like this summit, I realized how much community, like KT was saying, how much community really is in this business. Like other businesses, I feel like are made so products can be sold. This business, it was made and founded on people and serving people. And I love that. And I love that I am like proud to say I work for a company that is their number one goal, is to serve people, to meet people where they're at, and just to help them in direction and fitness and health. And we get to be that vessel for this. And so I'm just so thankful that I get to use this platform. And I just wanted to kind of let you guys know that Carl did say $145 until July 23rd. So if you haven't gotten your ticket, guys, I mean, life-changing. And the fact is like, you know, I see people comment or post in Sister Empire or on a different team page, and I know their names, but I don't really actually know them. And it's like now, and says, I'm like, oh my gosh, Jamie, oh my gosh, Cassidy, like, hey girl, like I know them. Why? Because I kind of put myself out there and just decided to go for it, you know? And so I think that's why these events are so good for your business, because you get to feel that community, that apartness that we so want for everybody. Okay, now that I'm off my little pedestal. Absolutely. Okay, so one thing I was looking back in my notes from Summit, and kind of like my aha moment is like, I feel like sometimes we don't allow ourselves to go for it, you know, and we set the pace low so that when we don't hit a goal, we're not like, we don't feel bad about it, you know, like, oh, well, I'm gonna go for Emerald in December, or I'm gonna go for 2-star by next summit, or I'm gonna, you know, and it's like we set these goals that are so long drawn out that we end up losing momentum, and then we end up not hitting these goals. I'm talking for myself because it took me a year to hit a goal that I wanted to hit within.
What was that?
Hey, whoever opened it, you have to click participants at the bottom and then hit like mute all.
Are you there, Sophia?
No, what?
Yep, sorry, go ahead. I muted everyone and didn't think about muting you.
No, it's okay. Yeah, so definitely I understand, you know, being realistic, but dream a little bit, guys. Dream a little bit. See that vision and go for it. I feel like I've been wanting to go for it for 3 years almost, you know, and it's like, okay, like get it together and go for it, because if I give myself too much wiggle room, then I don't end up hitting those goals that I've like strived and kind of see in the forefront. So take this high from whether you were at Summit or not. Take this high that's coming from these teams and our community and run with it. Set those goals and use this momentum. Even if you're just in this business to pay for shakes, you still need to be doing the daily vitals, and you still need to be connected and a part and plugging in, because it's that important. And then I feel like once you see that come to fruition, you see that success start to come because you're doing those daily things day in and day out, then you're going to see kind of, you're going to get a little taste of the sweetness of this business. And I think you know, will really hit it from there. My other little takeaway from Summit was this is more social media. And I feel like when I first signed up for this business, I really got coached well on how to look at my social media and kind of brand myself. But I'm going to be honest, lately I've been seeing a lot of stock Beachbody pictures. And I'm like, no, don't. And I don't think we talk about it enough, but one thing Chalene Johnson did say was don't be white noise. If you look at every other MLM business out here, somebody who's selling a product, they are posting stock pictures. They are not putting themselves in the pictures. And you are just getting in the slew and in the same kind of ship of people that people run away from, right? So if you're trying to sell, they're going to repel. That's what Chalene said, and it's so true. Like, if somebody like sends you this stock message with a stock picture, you see the stock, you're just gonna be like, peace out, I'm not doing that. So don't do it, right? You just run away, you're like, oh, and like take off. Okay, so don't, I'm just saying, just don't do it, okay? Because you just start to blend in, and then nobody listens to you because it's not you, it's just what somebody's telling you to say. Don't be white noise, don't blend in. The other thing she said is borrowed words are for the birds. So if you are following so many Beachbody coaches that you kind of start to talk like them and sound like them, then you're not you. And that's the whole reason you're doing this job, is to, I guess, grow in who you are. And if you are following so many other people, that it kind of starts to drown out you and why you're here and your purpose. So definitely get inspiration from other coaches, but don't be them. Use your own words. When you're writing a post, don't go read 50 other posts to get inspiration. You have to dig deep in your heart, because that's how people are going to connect with you. When people are reading your posts, they're not thinking about you, they're thinking about themselves. Another thing I wanted to say is, yes, no stock pictures. And when you give all the info, I'm going to read it. When you give all the info, you're allowing others to do the research without you. So if you're saying my Beachbody program, my Shakeology, my Shift Shop, all this information, you're literally giving people no reason to contact you, right? So they're having to do the research without you, because you already gave them enough information. They can just go Google it, and now they've ordered on the website, and you have no idea that you're the one that started that, trickle effect. Yeah, trickle effect. So build the curiosity. Say my superfoods, my superpowers, my mommy crack, if you're talking about Energize, my all access program, my Netflix of workouts. Hold something in your hand, but talk about your tights, whatever it might be. But you're wanting to leak out information, so people are going to have to ask you about the information. What is this? I still have people that ask me what I'm doing, and I'm like, you've been following me for 2.5 years and you still don't know what I'm doing? Like, how do you still not know what I'm doing? Like, what is that thing you're doing? Because I remember when I started, I had no idea what Kate was doing. All I remember was like, yeah, that thing that's like healthy and you're like always consistent. And it's like all these people, or it's like a community. Like, I want to part. Can you send me the link? Literally didn't really know what it was about. So that just goes to show you that you need to be selling you, and people will buy into that. Because in order for them to buy from you, they have to trust you and get to know you before they will invest in you. Okay, I think that was it.
Okay, so yeah, are you good?
Yes, I was gonna say last thing that I'm gonna start doing. I don't know. Are we gonna wait for plan of action?
No, go for it. Go ahead.
One thing they said in the leadership workshop was that you need to come up with 3 words that describe the best version of yourself.
Love it.
And now these 3 words are what wake me up in the morning. And so I feel like I wake up with purpose, because I'm seeing these things and it reminds me of why I'm doing this. Because you can get in this habit of just kind of going through the motions, like sending out a message and doing this and doing your vitals. But mine are, I am a servant, I am a visionary, and I am purposeful. So those are my words, but really maybe try to ponder on that and think about it, because every day, literally since Friday, I've woken up and I'm like, I am a servant. So it's my attitude going into my day and my business is just kind of on those 3 things, and, so if you're trying to get into personal development, and you're working your way into it and you're like, I don't have time for it, start something like that. So you kind of get in the rhythm of doing something for yourself, for your mind. So I just wanted to share that real quick.
I love it. So that kind of leads us right into just perfect, Tiffany. What I want to talk about next is recognition. This is something, a fourth vital behavior that Beachbody threw at us, I think this year. Before we just had three vitals, and then they threw in a fourth, and it's recognition. And so this is something that Carl wanted us to talk to you guys about because it's so important in our businesses. So Tiffany and I were just talking, and to her 2 words to me when we were talking about recognition were vibe and hype. Like, this is an opportunity for us as coaches to literally breathe life into our challengers and to our coaches. And so I just want to encourage all of y'all to do that. And the fact that Shift Shop has come out and it is all about a mindset change, and he gave us these markers, and Chris just talked on the Surge for a while about the importance of writing on your markers. And again, Tiffany just heard from the top leaders of the company how important it is to give yourself those positive affirmations. So those 3 words may be something that is on her markers while she's doing this program, because those are the 3 things that are going to empower her to make that mindset shift and to be a better person. And ultimately, that's what we do every single day. So a couple of ways, because I kind of struggled with recognition because I don't have a big team. I don't have a big team to celebrate with every single week. To be honest with you, I have 1 working coach. The rest are discount coaches that I juggle. And so to recognize my 1 working coach every week seemed kind of crazy. But something that Tiffany just said that she does that I think is genius is that even if it's just a personal message to your challengers, I know Tiffany does a Challenger of the Week, which is amazing, something I need to get more consistent about. But also, there's nothing wrong with writing a quick note to your challengers and sending it in the mail. That doesn't, just because it's recognition, that does not mean that it has to be something that is on social media. Ultimately, we want to make a difference in everyone's lives, whether it's through snail mail, a text message. Oh my gosh, send somebody a GIF. I just taught Deidre how to do this while we were in New Orleans. She had no idea how to even look one up. So just shoot someone a quick little message and say, hey, I'm thinking about you today, or I love you. And that just breathes life. It speaks volumes to people. Another thing I want to encourage you guys to do is to reach out to fellow coaches within Sister Empire. We just got back from Summit. We just got to love on each other for 5 days. And that just is hardcore to me. I love that kind of stuff. So something that I love doing is reaching out to coaches. When I see that coaches, and you guys, this does not have to be in our team page. Actually, our team page was not made to recognize each other in this manner. There's nothing wrong with it, but team page is more for business. So I don't want to discourage you from posting in Sister Empire, but if you see that a coach is totally killing it and she's motivating you, send her a message. Like, it doesn't have to be public. Things like that, just affirmation that we're all on the same track is huge. And like I said, it doesn't have to be just your challengers. It doesn't have to be just your coaches. It can be each other, because ultimately the more that we're all on the same page, the better this team will be. And that's it. Tiffany, you're up.
Okay, so I just wrote down a couple of things. Like, I know sometimes you like sit down at your computer for your power hour and you're like, all right, let's get it done. What do I freaking do? You know, and it's like you just get stuck and you like don't have a plan, and you're like, oh, I forgot my piece of paper at my house, or, you know, at my work, and then, you know, so I'm going to give you something easy, okay? And if you need to bump this down to 3 or even 2, if you're a brand new coach, like, that's fine. You do what works for you, but I'm going to give you a shoot for the stars number, and then you work with it how you want. But it's super easy, and it's just you being able to build relationships with people and get comfortable talking, because, guys, we're in a business of building relationships. We're not in a business of selling a challenge pack or signing up coaches. People are going to love you and love what you do because you are building a relationship with them and loving on them. So 5 gratitudes. that covers your recognition. Sending somebody just a, like, hey, I was thinking about you. Sometimes I'll send that and it has nothing to do with Beachbody, because like, hey, I'm just thinking about you. You're on my heart. Like, I hope you're having a good day. I've had people send messages back that are like 4 paragraphs long, and it's like, man, like they just needed some love today. So 5 gratitudes, 5 friends, 5 challengers. So 5 gratitudes, 5 friends, 5 challengers. And if you have 1 challenger, that's fine. Send it to that 1 challenger. Make it a date in your planner or on your phone, a reminder that you're going to send her a message every week, just letting her know that you're thinking of her. 5 coaches, that can be your downline. That could be somebody in Sister Empire. 5 invites. Gulp. Okay. Don't be a bitch, hit send. That's what the girl said. So I don't cuss, but she did say it. And it is so true, because sometimes you get so nervous, like, oh, I don't want to sound salesy, or I don't want to do this, but just send it. Just feel the love and send it. 5 invites and then 5 follow-ups. Guys, this is key. If you're not doing the follow-up, or if somebody said no, I have talking to somebody today, and I just invited her to our Glimpse into Coaching. I've sent her the link 5 times. And I'm not even kidding. She's asked for it. Like, it's like one of those things. And I have not given up. I sent her a message today, and I was like, you know what? Listen, I cannot get you off my mind. I'm here because I believe in you, and I'm inviting you to learn a little bit more about what I do as a coach. Like, if you want me to add you in, like, I'll add you in, girl. Like, I just wanted you to know, like, I'm still here and I'm ready when you are. Boom. It's like you just can't stop, you know? And so finding those follow-ups, even if it is, you know, I'm a year, or, you know, if you talk to this person 3 times and they ask for the link 3 times, that follow-up is so important. So find 5 people that you need to follow up with. So that's what I had. Also, about Summit next year. It is in Indiana, in Indianapolis, which I'm so pumped about. It's supposed to be super pretty up there. But one thing I heard when I first started coaching was decide now. Like, because there's so many businesses out there where you can just get in and get out, right? And I feel like with this business, you have to decide now if you're going to be here. Because life happens, crap happens. I went through a divorce. I went through a move. It's like you think your life is bad, and then you go to Summit and you hear how crazy, insane, and mad these people's lives are, and they're still coaching and still balling in this business. And so it just makes you realize, like, you have to decide. Like, you have to decide if you're going to be here in a year. And if you know you're going to be here in a year because of X, Y, and Z, whatever your why is, because you want to live in a dream house, because you want to pay off debt, because you want to do whatever, then you need to decide now that you're going to be here in a year, and that you're going to be at Summit in a year. That's why, you know, I think it's so important. I think it's like a non-negotiable for me in my business, unless something family came up or I was about to have a baby or something. But other than that, it's so important. It's a vital, I feel like. I mean, the amount of good information that you get along with community from your team is just insane. And so you just have to decide if you're going to be here in a year. And if you are, it's worth the investment, guys. I mean, this is like minuscule, like KT said, to the amount of love and community and feelings that you get from golden nuggets and like fire in your belly that you get from coming back from Summit. So, I mean, I wouldn't ever miss it, I feel like. That's just me. I mean, it's like, it's non-negotiable, and it's kind of hard to explain until you've been to it. And it's like, people that have been for the first time this year, they're like, oh my gosh, like, this is amazing. Like, this has done so much for my business. People are asking me questions. I have so much fire in my belly. And it's like, that's why, because it's just what it does to you. So it's like a revival.
Okay. So real quick, I love what Tiffany said about how her power hour looks. I think everybody can use that and maybe just put your own little spin on that and do what works for you. Sometimes you're not going to get 30 minutes to work your business, but I love that. The other thing is that Team Cup. Everyone should be on a Team Cup. If you are not on a Team Cup, I've been so disappointed in the amount of people that are not responding to the Team Cup thread. in our team page, you guys. This is an opportunity to even like just have a little bit more accountability for your business. Like if you want this to work, you guys have all shown that you want this because you're on this call. So please go sign up for a Teen Cup. I am guilty. I have not always enjoyed Teen Cup because I felt like I'm the only worker. But I have a little bit of a different attitude about it this time because of Summit and because of what I've heard. I have to step up to the plate and be the leader in my Teen Cup. And if I'm not leading with passion and heart and don't have a direct vision for my Teen Cup team, then we won't go anywhere. So get a Teen Cup, make a plan. Registration ends on July the 31st, so you still have plenty of time to do that. And if you don't have anybody to be on a team, message your upline or reach out to somebody and we'll help you get on a team. The other thing, Deidre, do you want to talk about the contest since you're on?
Sure.
She has a surprise.
Y'all have done freaking awesome. Okay, so one of the speakers, I think it was
Brendan. Was it Brendan?
Brendan Burchard. Okay, yeah. So he was so good, but one of the things that he said that he wanted to challenge us all to do was come home and do the 100 No's challenge. We're going to tweak that just a little bit, but if you've never done a 100 No's challenge, I wanted to tell you what that was. So basically, you get a piece of paper, and we actually have a little template that you can have. It has 100 boxes on the paper. And your job is to get 100 people to tell you no. And you might be like, oh, what? Why would I want people to tell me no? But the reality is the more people we're talking to, the more comfortable we are getting talking to them, the more connections we're doing, the more, what's the word I'm thinking of? Planting the seed that we're doing for later on. So you might get told no right now, but what you're doing is you're setting your future up, that you have that relationship and that connection with them. And that is the more yeses that will come from that. So, I always say, like, for me, about every 10 people I talk to is one yes. So if I talk to 100 people, the odds are 10 people are going to tell me yes. So what we wanted to do to make it a little fun is we wanted to do a 50s no challenge, and every time you get 50 no's, you get to put your name in a drawing for a prize. I told KT I was going to have the prize tonight, and I do not have the prize tonight. I do not know. I cannot think right now. So I will get the prize organized. It will be good, but so if you get 300 no's, you're going to get more chances in the pot or whatever, 100 no's or however. If you're going to work your booty off, it starts tonight and it goes through the end of July. So July 31st, and we will have our prize drawing on August 1st. So the goal is to push now. Like the momentum is high. Shift Shop, like, do not miss this momentum with Shift Shop and the possibilities for this first group of people that are getting to experience Shift Shop all together. You guys know I have the Make the Shift group. It's for Sister Empire. I know a lot of coaches aren't in there, but there kind of are a lot of coaches. It doesn't matter if you're in there or not, but get yourself in a group, get your customers in a group, and just go to them and ask them if they want to be in the group. I know I have customers that signed up with Country Heat telling me they don't like high intensity programs, but you guys, people are doing this program, and people were in that test group that needed to lose 200 plus pounds. Like, there's no excuse. So talk to them about the excitement of that and get them in there. And even if they can only complete, the first 10 minutes of the 25-minute program, who cares? They're in the community and in the page experiencing it. The template, I don't know. I'll have to, there is one in there, I'm pretty sure, in the file section, but if not, we'll post another one for it. And it's just a blank thing with 10 by 10
For
columns.
what?
The 100 no's.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. I think, was that all I was supposed to say?
Yeah. I think that's good.
Yay! Thank
The
you.
other thing, the other
Awesome.
thing is that there's like so many giveaways, which should be huge motivation. So you guys are doing the cap. If you
Yes.
Success Club in July and August combined, you have 10 on both months to get the cute little Sister Empire hat. There's Team Cup, and now Deidre has just thrown in the 50 no's for the month of July.
And July, the July Success Club prize from Beachbody is a Ship Shop shirt.
Yes, and
So
then
that's
you said an extra shirt if you submit your pictures
Yes.
for Shift Shop. I mean, you could get
You guys like
free swag shirts.
Yeah, those of us that we went to Summit and we spent money on those shirts so that we could get stuff with the name, so that when you are taking a picture, you don't have to be talking about it in your post, but people are seeing what you're wearing, and then they're like, "Hey, what is that? Where'd you get that shirt? Where'd you get those tanks?" So this is an opportunity for 3 free shirts and a free hat. So like seriously, it's amazing. Yeah, love that. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. I think that's all. Tiffany, do you have anything to add? I think we need to take a picture.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I feel like sometimes, there's like this vibe and it's like amazing. And then I just don't want anybody to think like, man, I just wish I felt like more of the community and I felt more of this. And, I want to be a part and I just don't know how. Guys, these Team Cups are the avenue. The people who won Team Cup, I think in the spring, literally had never met each other. And they just decided to work together, to unify, to be a community. And so if you are wanting that, because that was the reason I signed up, if you're wanting that community and feeling a part, put yourself out there, get a part of the Team Cup, comment on a thread that you need a team, and we'll get you on a team, because that's just part of it. We work together and we want everybody to be successful. And I just hope, I love when we unite like this and get together and have awesome calls like this. It makes me really happy. It gets me pumped.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Oh, are you taking it, Deidre? Okay, good.
I will.
I'm bad at it. You go.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let me check it. Okay.
Yay. Yeah, you guys get on the Sister Empire page.
Oh, wait. Okay, Wendy, I didn't know. Okay, you're not on there. Brienne, you're not on there. And then 7 said, Jill, is that you? I don't know. Can y'all get on your thing real quick?
Wendy,
she's like, no, I'm in the bathtub.
absolutely not.
Not gonna. Oh, there's Brienne. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. We got bathing babies.
Yep. Okay, so I'll post the recording.
Perfect. Thank y'all for getting on. Thank y'all for hosting. That was awesome.